Alright, so this is the new guy. He doesn't have a name yet. Well, okay, he does have a name, but I don't like it. And I think it's nice to have a, fresh start. Um, he's 2. He has been mounted, but it was not done right, in my opinion. He was tied down and ponied by another horse, and someone just threw a leg over. He is so just like this right now. What you're seeing is huge. I've had him for 2 days. Yesterday, he sat in here the whole time, just almost catatonic, just like not even there. He looked defeated and broke down and just sad. Today, I mean, like the fact that he's sniffing me right now, this is a pretty big deal for him compared to yesterday. Because yesterday he didn't even look at me. He didn't want anything to do with me, and all I did was I ran CC around in the arena with him and just kind of worked on playing some of the games I do with horses, especially Mustangs. Stop filming. That are hard to catch, and even not hard to catch. Just they're especially with Mustangs because the way Mustangs' minds work. I like to play those games just to kind of like get inside their head. So I'm gonna kind of try to demo some of the things I did with him yesterday. I'm excited since he's already acting like this that we might actually have some pretty big progress. And really, with him, with the history I have, and just the way he acted yesterday, I'm probably not going to push him as much as I might another horse. I want to go slow because I don't want to overwhelm his brain. And I want him to enjoy it. I want him to start coming out of his shell and realize that we can build a bond, and I'm not going to force him into anything, and that I want to be his partner. So yeah, we'll see. And he is notoriously hard to catch. He's got halter burns all over his little face from wearing his halter 24/7. This is one I put on him, and I try to take it off as much as possible. Good boy. I mean, even the fact that he's just letting me pet him and he's not being all, guarded is huge. Hi, buddy. What do you think? So one of the first things I like to do with them is walk away. So I walk away from him, and then I walk towards him. And the game is, I don't want a piece of your butt. And the point of this game is that I'm worth your attention. In the wild or anything, an alpha horse, a predator, anything is going to deserve 2 eyes, 2 ears. And so I'm trying to prove to him that I'm worth his eyes and his ears. And so anytime he's not looking at me with 2 eyes, ears, I'm going to put the pressure on. As soon as he looks at me, I'm going to take the pressure away. And that's just the game we're going to play for a while. And hopefully you'll start to see him wanting to join up with me. That's already a good thing. So I'm just going to try to be as casual about it as you can, like I'm just walking around. I am the leader, and I expect him to follow me. And I just bit him because he didn't follow me. And if he's going to show me his butt, that's disrespectful in the herd mind. And you see what I have here? 2 eyes and 2 ears. And you're not mean. You're not hurting them. You're not doing anything bad. Anything an alpha horse would do in a field, or in the respect of the other horse. Suddenly I'm a little bit more important to him now. I don't want him to be scared of me. I'm just gonna casually walk by him. Good boy. He didn't like that one. He's giving me a little more attention now, which is good. This is actually leaps and bounds better than yesterday. Yesterday I couldn't quite get him to join up like this. I could just get him to pivot and follow me with his ears. Good boy. So once they're with you, make sure we're still friends. You know, horses respect their alphas, but they're not terrified of alphas, a good alpha anyways. And I want that relationship with him. I want him to respect me, but I don't want him terrified of me, and I want him to want to be with me. You know, and so we're gonna just keep playing this. And it seems really kind of like minor, if you will, but it's not. Because this stuff, like him moving out of my space there, is huge. Huge. There's so many horses that can't do that have been riding for 10 years. And there's nothing fancy to what I'm doing. There's no revolutionary thing. Monty Roberts does it. Pirelli does it. I'm sure Anderson does it. We all do it differently. I have tried to accumulate the different techniques of what I've seen over the years, and this is what works best for me. We do a little bit of hide the hiney, we do a little bit of approach and retreat, and it depends on the horse. Oh boy. Well, so you see how I reached to pet him and he said no thank you? I'm going to respect that. And so I pulled back, and then I tried again and said, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. He said, okay. He's still not sure if he wants me to pet his face. That's fine. I give him his face. And that is so big. Don't forget to breathe. And a lot of times you'll breathe and they'll breathe. And it's like tension goes, hey buddy. So now that we have worked a little bit on this, I'm going to work on some of the friendly stuff, which is like, hey, I also have this stick. And this stick isn't going to hurt you. Oh boy. So, boy, oh yeah, you don't like that. It's okay. It's fine. And he's allowed to express that. He knows I don't have a lead rope on him. He's not running away, and if he does run away, we'll just go back to square one and do the hide your hiney, follow me, join up game. Good boy. As soon as he's a good boy, walk away. Deep breath. The snorts are good. Oh boy. And this game right here that we're playing will fix your catching issues. If you have a horse you can do this with, you'll always be able to catch them, because even if they're feeling snotty one day, within a couple minutes of you looking at their hind end and kind of pushing them away, they're just going to turn and yield and go, oh, I know this game, and this doesn't get me anywhere fast, and they're going to just come right into you, and it's amazing. Like, it's such a simple, easy thing to do, and it is easier in a round pen, I will say, especially if you have a hot horse, because they don't get it, or sometimes if I have one that's just like totally clueless, I'll keep a line on them at first and teach them like to yield their hind end and face me, so they kind of get it. Otherwise, sometimes if you keep adding pressure, that just like overwhelms them. Looking at you, Arabians. And so sometimes if you teach them that, then they're like, oh, this is what you want, and then it's easy because they know what you want and they give it to you. It just has a lot of benefits in my opinion. It's kind of your fundamentals to lunging too, you know, kind of getting them to turn in and move out. And so anyways, I'm just going to keep working with him. It's fine, you're fine. If he's going to move away like that, I'm just going to keep petting him. You've seen me do this a lot on the lead rope, I think, with some of my videos. And it's the same principle, it's just a lead rope on. And, you know, maybe if he was fully wild, I might do some of the stuff with a long line on him. Especially if I was in a space this big, I would. But, you know, it all just depends on your horse, your space, your time. You know, if you're, like if I was competing in a gentling contest and I had a really difficult horse or something, and I might do it on a line in a round pen and kind of everything I can to help me. But he's so responsive. This is like typical Mustang. Mustangs love joining up. They love it. And I love working with Mustangs because of it. It's so fun, and it's so like people just go, oh my gosh, because in like 5 minutes you can be running around the arena and they're just like chasing you and following you and doing all these cool things. And I've never had that success with another breed that quickly. Like, it's so much fun. And they're so herd oriented and they just want to be with you. You can tell I'm a big advocate for Mustangs. I'm also a big advocate for Arabians. But Mustangs are one where if you get on their bad side, it's really hard to get on their good side again. But if you're on their good side, they will walk through fire, anything. They will, I mean, they're such reliable horses. If they're trained right and if they're trained slow, this guy's gonna be so cool. He's just like, he's awesome. Huh. You take a lot. So the one thing, you're fine. One thing that I have to be careful of with him is he like internalizes a lot. Boy, and I think it's because of the way they trained him, just tying him down and forcing him through so much. He just like, that's how he coped with his fear, was he was like, oh, I can't be afraid, I just have to internalize it. And the problem with a horse like that is they're a horse that's going to hurt you because they internalize it and they internalize it, and then all of a sudden it's too much one day and they blow up. And people are like, I didn't see it coming. And it's like, well, yeah, because he's like bottled it all up. And so they're ones you really have to watch, like the licking and chewing, the snorting. Those are things I want to see. I want him expressing, I'm not sure if I'm okay with this, or I am okay with this. Like, that's why you go so slow with these horses. Like, I probably could throw a saddle on him and ride him around the arena right now. Would that do him any good? No, it wouldn't do him any good at all. Like, this is what he needs. He needs slow. I mean, not to mention he's like 100 pounds underweight. But he just needs this really slow, building a relationship, understanding that I'm not going to force him into anything. You know, we have boundaries, but we're going to teach him the right way. We're going to teach him how to spook. We're going to teach him that it's okay to have your emotions, and this is how to deal with your emotions. I kind of like to joke that I like to think of myself as a horse therapist. And so I love problem cases like this because I get to get inside their brains and figure them out. And he's just going to be like, he's going to be awesome. He's going to be a really cool horse. I'm excited to see how he turns out. I hope I'm not wrong about him. Sometimes you get weight on him and then they turn into a different horse. But he seems just super stoic. So hopefully we'll keep progressing. I'm going to call it quits for today because it's like 11 p.m. and I need to go home. But yeah, stay watching our videos and I'll try to keep posting them.